What's going on? Today we are talking about Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez asked me, who do I want at my Walmart party, corporation party with? I want the CEOs there. I want one of my person that I worked at Walmart with, and I want like everybody that was on Instagram. I want all of them there as the CEO. J Lo, we tagging Jennifer Lopez in this, and she asked, "Who do I want there?" I want J Lo. I want everybody. Lil Baby Drake. Country Wayne. And we're gonna talk about it. There's a lot of other people. There's Tyrese, country singers that played the big part of it. Um, you know, um, um, Drake, Lil Wayne, my boy Gutter Gutter them. I would like that. My boy Gutter. Oh shit. I wish I could have T Screech there. Young Money. I wish I could have my boy T Screech there. Um, who else? There's a lot of other people in the industry that I would like to have. Keisha Cole, P Diddy. Nicki Minaj and them gotta be there. So all Young Money gotta be there. That's Young Money. They gotta be there. Young Money gotta be there. All Young Money artists, that's family. They have to be there. So all Young Money family gotta be there. Um, um, CNN and then Andrew, um, um, the news. There's a lot of other people that was willing. A lot of people. Denzel Washington. My boy, I wish my boy Tommy was there. I wish he was there. I really wish he was there because he gave me some punchlines that there's a lot of other people. Everybody from the gospel music industry, Joy and Victoria, and everybody. A lot of Pastor Steve, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian. Oh man, there's a lot of other people. Boy on Marvel, plays in Captain by the side of Captain America. Lil Durk. Um, I would love for him to be there. Oh man. Um, NBA YoungBoy. I gotta have him there. I would love NBA YoungBoy to be at the Walmart seat. I would love for him to be there. Um, he found, who else? You know what I'm saying? So, now I really don't have no problem with NBA YoungBoy. That's not really, there's a misunderstanding with other people's behavior. You know what I'm saying? So, he's family, love at home, loyalty at home, right there, man. Cause you don't, when you somebody from your city, you don't cross those things. But um, that's understanding. You gotta understand it. I would just like Chris to be there. Shawnee never did nothing. Shawnee, I would like Shawnee to be there. Man, there's so many people. Shawnee was I would like Shawnee. Some of the one, two other CSMs in 296 to be there. Um, there's so many other people I would like to be there, like Trump, his family, Obama, Michelle. I don't know if we can all get along, but God said, hello. Yeah, people that just gave you encouragement, you know what I'm saying? And one of the lady encouragement, that gave you encouragement, and I think that's really, really that the people that made a big impact on it. So that's just Stallone. Um, there's a lot of other people. Um, there's a lot more other people. It's hard to name, but it's everybody from the churches. You know, that girl tried to play mind games in the spirit today, and Desmond Miller is just being a joke. He's being a joke right now. But we ain't worried about his misconduct. Talking about if to get what you want, stop lying, fooling people, because your employee's got a problem. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. That's not cool, man. People want me to let go of something, and people want me to stop fighting where racism at. And that's what I'm not gonna have, man. I'm not gonna have those things where people play a racial game in the middle. You telling me not to fight this lawyer? I ain't got to have that. These street niggas wanna hey, the mayor's responsible. Nah, I'm not holding no prisoners in anybody, man. People want me to let go of something that's supposed to be mine, man. That's supposed to be mine of racism from 1216 and dealing with Charles and them and dealing with them. It's ours. God said you get what's yours. That store in Addison. The thing I didn't like about them, I'm gonna tell y'all something. In Washington, and I call Washington Consumer. And the thing I didn't like about them, the Washington Attorney General, about the misconduct, they talk shit about me right when I was on the aisle and to start trouble. And he gonna roll his eyes like a girl. You don't do that to. Then they sit up there. One of my own employees come up in there. My coworkers come up in there, and the black girl say we using him. I said, hold up. Who you using? We using him. Who you using? Because to come with great understanding, gotta come with great understanding. I done came up with ideas. We're gonna run this by Walmart. We're gonna run it by the other Walmart CEOs. That's hired 20 people to do CBLs, like each regional corporate office. We hiring them to take care of CBLs for disability. They will begin with the Social Security. And these people will begin work for Walmart, but they will be keeping in contact with Social Security. This is gonna be the biggest. They're gonna be keeping in contact with Social Security, but you're gonna be helping them out because ticket to work permit do nothing. They sit there for a month or a year and they gone. But they're gonna be working on them and see that. That's why I told them, let's have change. We are gonna each Walmart around the world. We're gonna pay people to go do CBLs with disability. Let's make change. Those people we hire 20 is gonna go to each Walmart and each disability. You're gonna pay them. And also, they're gonna be watching to see if they keep showing consistency with the Walmart employees. Is they doing everything? The consistency of doing stuff. So this is gonna be a big change, and I want to know if they're gonna change with it. God said, "Is you gonna change with me?" And that's the thing. I want to know if corporate office is gonna change with me. We are gonna pay people to sit with their disability, and they can come in there at night, different times. And I know it's got different computers in there and different time periods where other employees don't have to be in there, and people can help them out in different counties. And they will be getting paid to do that. They will be getting bonuses to get paid, but they will be interacting. They will be doing this is going to be a big ticket. Governor Abbott talk a good game, but Governor Abbott don't know what disability have to go through, and I'm the only one that had to go. You know, I got Walmart. People don't know on my first Walmart interview at 1216, it was to be a greeter. And nobody know this question. Like, I don't think 1216 and Carrollton know. But I hated they didn't ask me the question that I needed to ask. What you would do with customers. They asked somebody like how you would interact with customers, how your relationship, the vibe, the energy, how you would this, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think we hit it all because the manager wasn't asking the right question as a manager. So my first interview was to be a greeter. And then 2 or 3 years or 4 years, it took a while back for me to get back on there again. And I had a problem with Charles. Me and Charles did not get along. But The thing I like about it, I really like about it, don't regret it because if you wouldn't have met Grizz, one thing Grizz didn't care about what they think. And Grizz, one time Grizz let me ride the Fort Cliff and he let me do all of these things. He took me around the back and said, I'm going to teach you how to do this without even a help. And that's what leadership about. And he started laughing, said, Hubert, you don't drive that like that. And he don't drive that like that. And then every year he snuck me back out there with Charles wasn't looking. He put on that fake badge and he didn't care. He had me at a vest with a badge on, and I didn't even have a license for it. And he gave me the electric pilot jet. He gave me the electric pilot jet, and he said, Hubert, you gonna help me every morning. And I didn't even have my license for, and he didn't care because it was about teaching me. He didn't care. It was about teaching me, and I think he took me to the other store across the street. I got a corporate office across the street that deal with paperwork, and he didn't like it that Grizz was taking me everywhere. He didn't like that. And I think that's the thing. He took me to Home Depot. He took me to building. We building stuff. Two or three. They don't even remember me at the across the street where Grizz took me at. And I just think that's more important. Like where we have that connection. Like and people don't know. Like when I was actually working for at Walmart at night, I was actually having a great friendship at Whataburger with this girl at 1 o'clock at 12:16, and me and her talked. She was black, and we actually had a good time. Like the relationship, the friendship was great. Every night, Whataburger had this jalapeno biscuit, and I get it in there. Sometime and we just sit up in there and talk when she's up in there, and we have a good time up in there. So that is the man. Grizz, one thing Grizz said this. Grizz said, I'm not gonna let this keep going on. You know what Grizz got to did, and I love him and I miss him, man. His wife thank him and his grandkids. I want Grizz to be there, but I want Grizz to actually be there celebrating. I wish he was there. I wish he would be there to celebrate with me in the corporate office. This honesty, this don't judge, and I would like my CSM showing it because she really I know why she was acting like that. But I was like, she said something smart one time, but I really didn't get mad. She said something about my customer service, but I really didn't get mad about it. I really didn't get mad about it. I really didn't get mad about it, and I just think you have like even when I was at U-Haul, like my manager, Miss Melanie, when she was even in there, she said something smart to me. And I was like, no, she did not just say nothing smart in that elevator. She playing with my intelligence. I said, oh, I was smiling. And the inside, I was smiling. I said, all right, Jessica, on Miss Melanie. I said, all right, you want to say something smart, right? I was like, oh, all right, all right. I was like, I took it as not as bad, but she said something smart to play with my intelligence. Like you really playing with my intelligence, right? Now, and all of those things. When I was coming back and forth, my coworker was telling me, "Oh, you want to leave? Dita, tell me how you feel. If we passing in the aisles, and I'm coming back there, and I have to take care of my social security business, and I'm having to deal with them, and I have to go back there, and I'm having to do these things. One thing I want James to know, because I'm gonna tell him, I never did told James I was coming back, and I'm gonna tell him that. I never told James I was gonna coming back. I told James I wanted to fill out the personalities So when I went to Hampton, Georgia, I went around to different stores. I say, if I don't, I'm not feeling it here. And I went to different stores. And I saw a lot of places where in Hampton, Atlanta, where they needed me. Like, hold up right fast. Hold up. I'm like, they don't know how to appreciate me at 12, 16 a year. And I'm like, huh. We got a lot of work. Maybe I could start off something new. I saw things that I needed to like, oh, let me pick this out. But I started talking to the employees, started interacting with the Hampton, Georgia employees, and it's some things I didn't like. I said, lady in the back room of Hampton, you can't tell me about the business and I didn't already know. You trying to dip overboard and tell me somebody. Now I remember in Atlanta, Hampton, Georgia, I can't let Doug McMillan for me. It's too much trickery going on. You gotta let that man stay where he at until we work this out with the other CEOs. Um, and one Walmart employee, they wanted to give me some free in the Hampton, Georgia. You family. I said, I don't care. I know I'm family, but Doug Miller them is not going to think of it like that. They not going to think of it like that. And I didn't want to jeopardize their job and jeopardize myself. So I paid for it. I thank them for that. I thank them for this, and say, Hubert, you family. But it's still a lot of trickery going on. And we ain't about to play this game. God said, you betrayed me, Desmond Miller. You betrayed me. God said, you betrayed what you stand for. You betrayed me. You talk about honesty. One thing, Xavier didn't want me to Xavier and them didn't want me to interact with anybody. He said, stop keeping it real with the employees. Stop talking to people. I say, that's not cool. It's my job to talk to people. It's my job. Like, that's not right for a manager to tell you to stop interacting with the employees and the customers. That's not right. I want that's not right because you got jealousy. Sabina's cousin Oakland coming there, one of the family. He drives trucks, and he drank like real champagne. He don't got none of that like Sabina's cousin husband. He drives trucks for a living, and we don't. He don't drink. He's Bosnian. He don't drink that fake stuff. Bosnian they have the lamb. They don't drink that fake stuff. So when we about 16, 15 years old, 16, we having real champagne and we get tipsy off the champagne. And hold on right fast. My eyes are watering right now because God, I'm trying to control everything right now. And like um and he said, Hubert, you have grown in Xavier acting jealous. Tabitha coming in and hugging me. And all of my friends coming in. Like I even catch my manager from 15 years old when I was I don't care what Renee says. She's on some racist stuff. And this big guy, I was in electronics every time when I was 15 years old at Newman Smith. Like Sabina's parents used to come up in there and watch me. Sabina used to smile on it. Mama used to grab, and she used to smile at me at 15 years old. And we used to be in. She used to come and smile at me, and when I used to work, and come in big lots. And when I used to work, and her mom would be like, Sabina, you smiling. You used to look blush while I used to work at 15 and 14 years old. So I used to work at Big Lots. I had a job when I was at Newman Smith High School in Carrollton. But people don't know, like, I actually, in Newman Smith, I was actually going to elementary schools. I was actually going to the elementary, meet Demir and them. I just didn't know them for hanging out with them. I leave school because I'm getting emotional right now, guys. I'm getting a little too emotional right now. People are gonna call you. People gonna call you. Um, I gotta take my call you Slava is getting a little bit emotional right now. You know, there's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Um, um, there's a lot going on, so I'm taking my anxiety pill. So yeah, um, that's the thing with that situation. I go to the elementary school. I go to Perry. My teacher came in Addison, Walmart on Frankfurt for Mary Grimes. And, you know, her kids got so big and she stayed down the street like before you get to Mirza house and she told Hubert you could always come to my house and family house. You know, but I remember Miss one time at Dolores and her mom said, "You gonna come and cut my grass if you don't come to school." And to see the kids, they just looked at me. I said, "Y'all got big." I said, "Look, man, Miss Dolores didn't even talk to me." I said, "You got big. Look at y'all. Look how old y'all is now, Miss Dolores' kids. Boy, y'all was just small." I said, "Y'all probably don't even remember me." One thing we talked about, one thing we talked about, I'm gonna tell you something. I just messaged the US.gov. It talked about industry, people, this radio station discriminating on you, and I said the Texas industry radio station. But I want to let y'all know when I was in Ticket to Work program, I said Ticket to Work program. I remember back in '09 when I first got the job, first went to Ticket to Work program after I still had I was going to Mary Grimes, and I'm asking them for a job, and they didn't want to invest in me. Ticket to Work program, they want to invest in me. I asked for a grant for music. Oh, you got to, you didn't want to invest in me. It's sad. Like people say they for God, but they don't. I just filed a complaint a racial complaint on Ticket to Work program. And another thing we're gonna do for lying in and talking about Ticket to Work program don't got nothing to do with this where racism was going on in Carrollton, Texas. And I had to file another complaint what happened in Irving at a factory. You know, I worked in Irving, I deal with coffee. I made pounds and pounds. I learned something. It was a very good experience, us learning in Irving. It was a vet, but I had a problem with them. The lady I went into her office and Miss Tammy telling me to shut up, and I had to file a complaint on that against Governor Abbott. Governor Abbott talk about a lot of stuff, but he don't know. At me at 15, 14 years old, I've been going on interviews. I've been going to job fairs at 15. By Perry Middle School, it got a big gym by the other element. Like you don't know what other people have to go through and you complain about your tax dollars, but you don't know what it's like to be in a disability shoes and what they have to struggle through. And you act like you know, but you listen to your society about something and they don't understand what we gotta go through. You know, Grizz told me something. Grizz said you can complain and nothing would never happen. But he meant something. If I keep complaining and I don't take action, how would that happen? I mean, hold up. I did. For I was like, when Grizz told me that, I was like, hold up. He actually told me that, and I had to, and it took me a while to catch on to that. But he said, Hubert, you can complain and nobody will hear you. But if I don't take action, nobody can hear me. Is so those things are what we doing is so much today. You know what I'm saying? And right now, people try to trick me. God said, lady to girl texting with the braids, and she trying to trick me on the phone. Spiritual. God said, I see the spiritual, babe. I see it. I told him, you don't want the truth, Doug Miller. You don't want the truth what happened. When I was in that deli, when I was in that deli, and everybody tell me, oh, you make me sick. You keep coming back to work. I'm going to show you. And let's talk about what was said. We going to tell them what was said. Oh, you doing it. Well, oh, they don't pay me enough. Let's talk about what was said. Doug Miller, oh, you write me up. You don't know anything. The more I do what you talk about, the more problems we gonna have. And they didn't realize that Jessica blind. The manager's blind. And Chris, the department manager, all right, I want to tell y'all guys, I had a conversation with people online, me and my other broadcast. We talked about this on other broadcasts, and we actually had this conversation. And this one guy told me, like, oh, you look out this. All right, I'm new in the area, right? I don't know what to do. Bam, bam, bam. I'm really happy to come in there. We do an inventory. I watch him do it, right? And then he watched me do it. And we don't have all the merchandise. You stood right by me, and then you say you just want to give up on me. He was for self. Like you just want to give up on me. Like literally, like you just want to give up on me. And I'm like, hold up for a second. And I came to work the next day. Also, when I came to work the next day, they're gonna talk about Chris and them going and the department manager for the day. Oh, you still come to work? We're gonna show you. People, you rather turn against me than lose your worker. But you say, oh, we know what's going on. You don't know nothing what's going on here. That was corporate so often say, no, what you know what's going on? You think you know? You see, bam. I told the Justice Department, I want you to look on that computer when I was on that scrubber, and that Mexican guy intimidated me. Me helping out in the business. You see, you and people, you talk about some Doug Miller, but you can't talk a good game, right? You lost your team player because you wanted to be selfish and you wanted to listen to others. God said you lost somebody valuable to you. I want them to hear me. I want them to hear me. I want them to hear what I have to say. God wanted them to hear. You lost something valuable. Somebody that came, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why I didn't come to work there every day, and I came to work at 2996 every day, and because of racism at 1216. You know what your department manager said? I'm gonna tell him today what he said. He said, you supposed to come to work. And then he said, what my badge said, what your a title should not define us. We all working for a goal. We all working for a goal. But I can't handle your employee, your manager telling me not to talk to everybody, talk to the co-workers, talk to the customer. That's not right. Then your marketing manager acting jealous. When Billy came in there, Billy wanted the man. Billy told me we in Starbucks, and I gave the justice department the Starbucks that I was at when everything was going on, and of my ideas and everything, and what that is. They it has a minute. I'm reading a Gucci Man book, and we sitting in like traveling and watching the Mexican woman marketing man act childish. I said, hold up. I didn't even have that from the first marketing manager. He had a little look, but he didn't take it that farther like she took it. I'm like, hold up. If I'm getting in trouble for something I'm doing, Ricky, I ever tell you, Ricky, I never tell you I never did nothing what he said. He can never say that. None of them. But let me tell you something. When I was in that deli and she wanted, and people were misconducting themselves and trying to get me to leave because I'm doing everybody's job. And they said something about you gonna leave and you're not gonna listen to me. I say, hold up for a second. You giving them what they want. You just can't remove one of them. You giving them what they want, Shoshone. You giving them what they want. I'm like, hold up. And the customers, I hate it when the customer looking like a jack and they see this manager Xavier treat me bad and jealousy. And you got customers that just look at you like you the problem. And they're the one that's neglecting the problem. Names was being called and neglected. Names was being called. Let me tell you something. When you 15 feet from somebody, I'm coming in the back room with Chris. Right? I'm coming in the back room by myself. And they talking about me about the bell, and you can't hear words. You giving them eye contact. You seeing the lips move. What's wrong with me? You talking about, and that's not right, man. And then James not doing nothing about it. I say, look here, man. I say, look, I'm standing up for myself. And I said, I'm not going to allow you to mistreat me. And then I told James. James was on a conference. He wasn't even at the store. I said, James, I told y'all the same thing was not going to happen at the second store. And I warned everybody. Everybody, she getting scared. A whole lot. Jessica getting scared. I said, look here, man. Everybody getting scared. That I told them I was going to call corporate office. I meant to what I was saying I was going to do. And I did exactly what I said I was going to do, even when I was on the clock. I wasn't scared. You know, when people take you for a joke and take you for granted, and and all of that, and I told him, and I told James, I said, James, he said, you got to give me time to fix it, James. Every time I give you time, you show me each and every day that you can't handle the issue. As a store manager, I say if I was your CEO, I'd give everybody PlayStation 5. I just think, because you got teenagers, you got everybody, instead of them being out there in that thing, they can be in that perk world, staying out the way. I'm gonna tell you this girl named Cassie. Um, she wanted to be with me when we was kids. She could have just waited till that relationship was over, and we could have talked. And I just speaking about some of because speaking about those things, it's not. There's another Cassie. We didn't get off on a good feet. She tried to talk to me, and I walked in, and I wanted her to understand I was in, you in a relationship. I mean, I don't know if you was in a relationship. I don't think she. We both in those things. And we kids, we have to understand. These dudes getting mad, understanding that. One thing I told my brother, I can't handle everybody that's not strong, and I'm the only one that's strong. People letting people intimidate them and let words affect them. I'm the only one that stands strong here. They, let me tell you something. when Social Security wanted to start asking questions, right? When we dealing with racism and behavior from people, we understand what we have to keep moving forward to. And Charles know I had a job now I was on disability, but he couldn't get to me. Racism couldn't get to me. Couldn't get to me. I'm gonna tell you something. The guy said, one of the preachers said, shame. I never been shamed. How can I be shamed when the mayor have a racial agenda? Don't talk about shame when our government have done wrong. I hate preachers that talk about, and he's a good guy because I watched him on Church in the City. I watched him in the jailhouse, and it's the one Chinese pastor, and he's a good guy. And the thing is, he's a good guy. You don't supposed to have shame. Our government supposed to understand. We dealing with some things that we can't understand. Like literally can't understand. So I hope to God they don't ruin my chance, man. The childish behavior. I hope to God my chance, though. But we are doing so much to do it and get the job done. And one thing my teaching them always taught me discipline. We learn so much things different from everybody in that moment. We didn't have everything. We learned different from everybody. You know, Martin Luther King animated. We did so much things different, guys. We did so much things different, and I was so happy to be. I was telling my friend's sister, Billy's sister. He went to Newman Smith with me, and I dated this girl. I had this evaluation done, and I had this evaluation done, and at my first or second year at Newman Smith, and I'm gonna have to call her. And I had this evaluation done, and it what to say I'm good at, right? And I didn't care what that said because that didn't define me. Because I know we can always learn, and you sometimes you can't let a test define how you move forward. And that never been that like that with me. I never let a test define how I move forward. And then they asked me about what's going on in the world. They say I'm more good at my hands. Then we asked about what was going on in the world. We can't control. Then they asked about, do you believe you can be with somebody in a relationship? Yeah, if you come on a common goal. I always wanted they wanted to live in the moment. I wanted to plan in the moment. Those things I wanted to do as a kid and understand my goals. And that was me and Marissa in Carrollton, Texas. We used to come up with Hood Flow Volume 1, Hood Flow Volume 2, and we used to do like this, do some stuff in that, and all this was going on. And I'm trying to handle my emotions. I went back to Walmart. When I came back from Atlanta, I told Mirza made an album cover for me, a Get Your Weight Up album cover for me. And we was gonna work on that Get Your Weight Up album cover. And the employee said, so what? All right, we going in another direction. Why not leave that alone? If they're gonna act now, why not focus on career? I used to give them the chance, give businesses a chance. And um and now we doing something different. What we're gonna do for Walmart, we're gonna change the digital background up. Albums. I was on your thing where you selling CDs at. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna have Walmart digital downloads. But we also gonna have the video up on there where you can watch the video of people talking about the album. On every Walmart entrance that we walk in and on, you're gonna have a TV entrance. It's gonna talk about everybody. Your kid might be on there. Hip hop, R&B, your kid might be on. Any kid, I feel like your kids might be on there. On every Walmart, Samsung entrance, you don't have to be on your phone in the car. When you step out, you got a TV on the entrance and you can watch every Walmart news, the latest Walmart news, because we want to stay safe on the road. So that's the main thing. You go on every entrance and you take that entrance out, and we put a big TV and measure that, and we get those TV made in that big entrance way. That can be so creative in how we do things and how the business is. And this is going to be so big and so creative. So at Samsung, Walmart, everybody, every Walmart entrance have TV before you walk in that door. But it can tell you Sam Walton name gonna stay alive. Everybody's name is gonna stay alive in that format. So those things, you know, those things was the most important thing to that. That can be the most conversating thing in to do things, to push things forward. One of the things I didn't like about 1216, people getting on me, talk about the women I'm getting into with my black women. About you not showing no damn interest in me. Why you getting on me about who I'm bringing in, who you dated that, doing this and that. All right, all right, and then these niggas these people wanna get the women that's in there. Like, come on, I'm saying, like, hold up right fast. Like, really now? Like, literally. And that's the thing. And when we talking about that, like, literally now, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They complaining to me about, oh, you make me sick about the woman. All right, you're not showing no interest. Like when I was in Walmart, like right now today, like when I was dating this girl Felicia for a little while, and I saw my managers, the one lady I used to work with at 1216, she acting childish. I said, you acting unprofessional because I'm with this one. Like you should have seen the childish behavior of the spirit, of how they behave in themselves. And I'm like, hold up, you see me with this girl Felicia, but you acting childish, acting frustrated in the mind. You acting child. I see your spirit. I've always seen that spirit. But Charles, you say you want answers, and you want the Doug McMillan. You said you want the truth. What was said up in that room with Renee and that black girl? She said, what was said with Renee? Charles Russell not gonna remember everything that's going on, right? Fuck New Orleans, right? Fuck New Orleans, and I don't like niggas. You retarded. You don't remember those words, but those words were said. I want Doug Miller to hear me. They're not gonna remember it. Renee and that black tomboy got Russell. You're not gonna remember. Russell, let's be honest. Remember, do you remember every word that was said, Russell? I want Doug Miller I want him to answer me. Do you remember every word that was said? Russell, answer me. And when I came and apologized, and Russell said, Hubert, when I came and try to talk to Charles, and Russell said, Hubert, you can start earning some real bread with us. But Charles was being unprofessional. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna let Doug Miller know. And I said this when I'm suing. You got 5 people on the left. In the orientation, you got 5 people on the left. You got 5 people on the right. I'm at the end of the table and Charles is at the end. Charles is looking at each and everybody in each side and telling them their role. But when he look at me, he look at me with racism. Charles look at me with racism. Every time I get Charles, I get in the talk, oh, this is what you're gonna do. Racism. Like I just asked for one employee that at a cashier right now. I asked him if we're gonna celebrate. I asked him to be there. I actually asked him to be there. Like he's a black employee. He's 40, 50 years old, and he been at 12, 16 for a while. Each morning I work there, he tell me, Hubert, I see you working hard. I see you. You deserve it. One day you're gonna pay off. And I want that guy, that same older guy when I was, I want him to be there. I want him to celebrate because he never gave up on me. God said, I told him, God said, I want him there. I want him there. I'm gonna tell you why I closed myself off to trust because they were judging. I seen a spirit, and they didn't deserve everything I had to offer them. They didn't deserve. They didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve the personality. They didn't deserve to see me in those matters. So we didn't understand those matters and those conflict in those matters. But they didn't deserve me, man. Black women acting like a racist. All of them want to have something. Managers acting like they behaving, intimidate, laughing, and ton. More. I've been through more managers, and nobody wants to deal with that. But when Governor Abbott want to ask questions, we're gonna give you a boss. I'm a boss, and when I have to answer questions to them, let's test this question. So when it's certain things I tolerate with people, and people gotta understand there's certain things I tolerate. Women act like women and grown ups acting like women pass by acting stuff. Baby, people have been crying for my attention since Newman Smith High School, and I never gave it to them. But baby, you better cool it. Women used to say at Newman Smith in theater class, everybody talk about him. Oh, I'm tired of him, sick of it. Baby, you don't know who you messing with, woman. But when a nigga open up, these dudes want to call people dumb and all that. But when you see something, and Sabina, this is me. When we met when we was young, this is me. The same me, back to the same old me. And then Sabina, Vincent is working there, and he up to that, and she trying to deny who I am. You denied me. God said, deny me. God said, tell them you with them. But the life that people want us to forget, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm sitting in the office with Robert, and Robert told me, and I said, you know Stephen Russell, and I started there. You know Stephen Russell, and then usually I don't hold grudges. Don't stop me from what they told me and put me down to stop me from moving forward. You take them racist words that Robert said and tell you will never be nothing in the company, and you take that and you bam. The guy from Ticket to Work program went up there, went up there to Charles and them, and they said I couldn't do it. And he said, Hubert, I got this. Don't go back. They called my mama, and this girl, this woman, this lady named Felicia and Yvonne called me and put me in the room and started showing racist things towards me. Felicia and Yvonne, well, Yvonne, let me tell you something. I'm going to let y'all know something. When me and my baby mama, this cashier woman, she's an overnight lady, and she worked with me in Greg's, right? And when Grizz left, she started treating me bad. Oh, don't give me a reference. Don't give me a nothing. All right, I left. And she started acting weird. Once Grizz left, Grizz was here. Grizz would be disappointed in Felicia and them and everybody. Grizz was here. He'll be disappointed in to see how they. But Grizz told me when I left, Hubert, I'm proud that you left Walmart. And I lost his number, right? So the one thing we was talking about that they put me in that office, and she know my baby mama. She know my baby mama before she had a kid, and she said, "Hey, Shannon." I said, "No, this is not gonna happen. This is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. This is not going to happen." And this lady, she worked for Walmart, but she also worked for Kroger's. And I said, "This is not going to happen. I care about my baby mama. This is not going to happen. I'm not going to let a racist black woman talk to my baby." And me and my baby mom, we had a different point of view. I was sworn to protect, not let them be. My stepson sworn to protect them from racism. And I did that. I say, no, before anybody can hurt, no, I need you to know what this woman is. She racist. This black woman that work in the back room, this black woman that work in the back room at nighttime, she in the cash room office. She is racist. Don't you do that. And me and my mother-in-law, we had an argument about that in a little bit, and we quite didn't agree on those things. But I was like, no, 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 this is not going to happen. This lady is a racist, and you got to understand her behavior. Racist words was being said in that when I came back. I didn't want to come back. I'm gonna tell Doug Miller something, and I'm allowed to tell you when I write this. You remember when whoever Jessica was talking on the phone with and texting? I told you either you teach me, I leave. Who are you? She was texting. See, this was a problem. And I want to tell you another thing. After I wrote up something for James and James asked me, I passed by that room every 5 minutes and I looked at James' mindset. I wanted to see how he is. You see, I'm a very intelligent guy and I've been very intelligent for a long time. Learning ability, a little challenge problem don't mean nothing. But I want to tell you something because I'm going to write you and I'm going to tell you I've been when I wrote up that letter and he sit on that computer after I talked to him, I sat back and watched this mindset. I observed him, right? Sat at that table and typed what I wrote. But you know what you was writing about? How I write right too. That what you was writing about. You was analyzing when they was talking to you, right? Everybody, I was telling you, right? You think I didn't figure you out when I was working at you now, James? Though you think I didn't study your mindset on the clock? You think I didn't observe you? When you rolled your eyes in my barber shop, the guy that cut my old barber shop, he said, "I see you, Hubert," and you rolled your eyes like a girl, James. Let's be honest, it's Xavier. And then when I went into the other store in Dallas, and I saw Xavier, the other manager rolled their eyes. The white guy with the glasses. Oh, let's talk about it. your spiritual side. I have always saw your spirit. Let me tell you what I told Miss Lee when my head was down. She looked down on me. But let me tell you, God have gave me many gifts. She judged me. I had to address that issue. She ain't trying to understand us. They just there to get a paycheck. They don't care about us. One lady at the call center, she said, Hubert, we do this for y'all. I said, you should be rewarded. I saw everything. Let me tell you, when I was standing on the side of that wall, when my local office was treating me bad, and this guy told me to shut it, he was neglecting me. That security guard posted up on the wall, and he said, damn, when I caught him out the corner of my eye. When I was getting treated bad, right? For neglect and abuse, right? What happened when the call center gave me the number the same time everything was going on? And the guy told me at the call center, I said, hold up, the call center gave me the number to talk to somebody big in the government, in the local government, and you just tell me to shut up, right? Hey, I never be shamed. I said it, I'm gonna tell you when I was getting terrorized and getting my name was being called in Garland. And I had to tell Walmart the people was doing that to me at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night. You're dumb, you're retarded. Garland, Texas community. I sat there by that church out there, and I said, let me tell you what the problem with Nikki when I was in that relationship with her. When you talk about a woman, she allowed her brother jealousy to kill her. I'm buying you all these things, and you allow jealousy to kill. Oh, these. I say any shoes that I buy from Foot Locker is real. Cousin jealous, brother jealous, talking trash while I was in the room. Nobody got time for that. Be a woman. You got your jealous brother and you don't know how to be in there. Go ahead, man. Step up and see jealousy. You can't win for nothing if you don't see it. I'm gonna tell you another thing. When I got wrote up and I deal with your manager, the manager, when I first started and Renee wrote me up that something that you put somebody that you put in charge and telling me to get on the full cliff. That wasn't right. Let me tell you what 1216 did. Wrote me up. Let's talk about that, Renee. But you being a hypocrite, right? Let me tell Sabina something. And that same nigga that they with and that God say we done. We looking for something that you can't comprehend. Yesterday, I saw my ex. I saw her outside in the car just looking, acting her spirit behavior. She told me she stay in the community. She told me you was in a. She told me she living, and I saw her getting mad spiritual behavior. Then people want to laugh and turn. Oh, God said, let's keep it moving. God said, if you allow people to take advantage of you, how can you be better? Hey, Desmond Miller, you should have known when I walked away from you 5 times at 299 and 6. I walked away with a purpose that I ain't taking up with no racist crap. Each time they asked me to come back. One thing I'm working with um Rebecca husband at 2996. I'm working with Rebecca husband, and I say, hold up, me and him, he's getting mad at you because I'm always on their toes. I'm always calling him on the work. I'm always doing stuff. He getting frustrated. I like, all right, give me a damn key then if you really got a damn problem. If I won't be bothering you so damn much, give me the key to the trash compactor and stuff. If I won't be bothering you so much, you should know how Charles treated us, and you gotta realize I didn't like the way that Charles ran business. And I didn't like the way he did it. So I say, hold up, this is a new spot. Let me stay on everybody's toes because we gotta keep that back room safe. Because when we worked for Benders had to come in and help us out because Charles wanted to neglect people. And Robert and Steve and all the rest of them, you got maintenance doing the Stockton job, and he wanted to neglect people. So boxes all over this little trash. Benders can't even get to nothing. Huber, let me help you out. Benders can't even get to nothing. And my Coca-Cola friends and everybody at the bin, Huber, let me help you out. They can't even get to the product, get the products in the store of because of Charles and the way Robert and Steve run things. Benders had to do their job. And you gotta realize my Pepsi and Coca-Cola and everybody from Brady, my old manager worked there. And he when they fired him for no reason, Brady like, hey, how you doing? He seen me at Walmart. He doing everything. Brady know I say we did rotation. Me and Brady would be the first one in there at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. We'd be the first one in there at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning at U-Haul in Addison. Hubert, go get us a Red Bull at 7-Eleven. They changed in Addison. They changed that to a bar thing. Go get that. He worked for the bread company and at Walmart bread company. He said, Hubert, go get a 7-Eleven. So while everybody he rounding up, sweep the truck, do all of this rotation. We helping each other out. We the first one there at 4 o'clock. See, Brady is the manager. Brady can stay longer. And me, I cannot stay longer. So I had to read when I'm part time, I had to leave at a certain time. And as long as I was there to just help him out, that was the most important thing. To help him out and do what he asked me to do. So that was the most important thing when it coming. I know I had to leave early sometime. Budget is a budget and all of that. My friend Taylor, she said, what you know about being through the struggle? I said, you said something smart. Baby, you don't even know at U-Haul that I've been through Katrina. I come with 20 pairs of clothes on my back. And she got me on Facebook. I work with her. I come with 20 pair of clothes on my back with nothing. Clothes mildew. Anything like stuff was mildew. That's all we came with. And that clothes we had to take from the mall. Because the other clothes were mildew. She said, hold up, oh, what you and Taylor, Taylor, Taylor,